I'd like you all to pay particular attention to how the levels of love we experience in our own life have been unmistakably true. No matter how old we are or how dumb we are, if we think that we are in love, then we are. Please enjoy this performance. As a kid, you think of love as this beautiful spectacle,
all laced with twinkly lights and romance.
When in reality, it's not all that magical.
But really, it's just how we live.
It's no choreographed dance.
I just wanted to tell you that you're
the best to fall asleep next.
Next to you is where I'm meant to be. Yours, what would I ever do?
Without you, the world just sucks.
I love you.
Hi. I'm alone, love. My birthday was yesterday, and I miss it. My best friend's birthday is tomorrow. It's no big deal or anything. We had a lot in common. You want to meet him? Well, here he is! His name is Jeffrey, the giraffe. He says hi. Well, that's a little bit rude. Just say hi back.
Hi.
Jeffrey's my bestest friend in the whole entire world. But we both like a lot of the same things. Play-Doh and goldfish and bubbles. We had a lot of fun, but we always get in trouble. Mom got really mad today because she thought I spilled all the paints, and I was like, no way. It was my best friend. I mean, he's pretty clumsy and makes a lot of messes. His face is kind of lumpy. He ruined one of my dresses, but I love him a lot. He doesn't have a lot of friends. I don't see why not. He's pretty cool. But Mom says it's because he's not real, and no matter what you think or say or feel, he'll never be like me. Well, I disagree. You can't see God or Jesus or the Tooth Fairy, and I know she's real because she gave me $1 for my gold. When I was little, I wanted a friend. Somebody to sing with and play with and eat ice cream all day with and blow bubbles with. One time, we blew the hugest bubble. I mean, we had a lot of fun, but our hugest bubble got us in a huge trouble. We had little bubble houses and bubble trees, and all of a sudden it just popped. Poof! No more bubble friends with their little bubble dreams. Mom took it all away, and that was really mean. Sometimes I miss my bubble friends. Wonder what they're up to, but I still have Jeffrey. Sometimes when I'm really mad, it's okay. And I'll say, okay, if you say so, Jeffrey. Sometimes when I'm really sad, we paint together. Like when Pickles died. That was really bad. Pickles was my goldfish. He was my first friend, but he was kind of an old fish. We couldn't really go on adventures with Pickles because he just kind of sat there with his little fish gills. But I was talking to Jeffrey about it, and he said that Pickles is a silly name for a goldfish. So, at his little fish funeral, we called him Pickles Robert. But Jeffrey's always been there. You know, being 5 is really hard. I worry about Jeffrey. He's 100. 100 is the biggest number I can count to. He's a really big kid. Mom says that's good, that I'm growing up, but I don't know if that's good. She says that big kids don't need imaginary friends. I don't know, I mean, even big kids need friends. remember the first day I laid eyes on him. It was like nothing I ever felt before. The sight of him made my young heart go on a swim. It was then I knew I had to get to know him more. So, I looked his name up on the internet. Oh boy, I couldn't believe what I had found. I admit it was kinda stalker-like, but I couldn't help but use my access to the information all around. His birthday is March 1st, 1994, and he's 21 years old. Okay, so maybe he's a year or 10 older than me, but I'm very mature for 11, I've been told. And when I meet him, I'm sure he'll agree. So, it's kind of true that we haven't exactly met yet, and I realize that this all must sound pretty weird. I haven't wrapped my head around the whole thing. I mean, he kind of just appeared, but it was absolutely love at first sight. You should have seen the way he looked at me with those hazel eyes. It was a stare so passionate that it was in my head all night. And now he's in all of my dreams, which is no surprise. Okay. So, I planned out every second of our lives together. For our first date, he'll take me out to eat fancy foods. Oh, and I forgot to mention that he's super rich, so he can afford chocolate strawberries to set a romantic mood. After our first date, he'll get down on one knee and propose. And about having kids, we'll probably have 4. And I'll blow on their tummies and tickle their toes. We'll buy a gigantic house, and inside there'll be about 1 million rooms. And I'll hire people to clean my house for me. I'll never ever even have to touch a vacuum. And for special occasions, he'll buy me a new super fast car, and it'll be like a transformer wrapped up in a bow. And we'll drive to places exotic and far. We'll drive to places we don't even know. And when we get home after that long car road trip, we'll be tired, so we'll grab some popcorn and sit in our home theater. We'll cuddle and watch old movie clips, and from sitting so close, I'll probably catch a fever. Oh darn, I realize I might have given away his identity with that bad pun. As you can tell, I'm trying to keep this on the down low. I even toned down the way I was dressing. I really don't want anybody to know. I'm trying to keep our love a secret. I don't want any other girls to steal him away. So I only told people I knew would keep it, like my best friend Elena and my dog Sorbet. Most people probably know who he is. After all, he's kind of a famous pop star. He's super cute, and I love him, and he sings, and he dances, and he plays the guitar. I was surprised when I heard some of his most latest songs. They were nothing like his old pop sound. He was rapping and singing R&B. For switching it up, he should really be proud. Not many artists can just change their style, but he did it so gracefully and beautifully. An artist like him comes around only once in a while. To entertain us with his talents is his duty. But above that duty is another one. To live happily ever after with me. To make our lives fantabulous. To live a life that's worry-free. He's made me see things like never before. He's made me a believer. Our love will live on forevermore. I love you, Justin Bieber.
Hey ladies, I'm Cole, and I'm looking for a new heartache. She was my everything, from her hair, to the clothes she would wear, to the way she looked at me, like she was Glee, just absolute joy, like I was just a boy, she was my girl. And together, we were above it all. You see, I remember it like it was yesterday, back when we were okay. Back when I called it love, some crazy idea we had. Together we were above, just towering all the bad. And we were the best, our 0 problems to count. You see, better than the rest, the high horses we had mount. And we had built our kingdom, and I thought it would be forever. We would rule it together, side by side. My daily wish, my heart was hers to squish. But I still remain loyal, so fragile as foil, and even as moldable. See, I changed for her. As days started to blur with the constant stress of being her best, she chose the rest. My first for everything caused the greatest sting. She left the biggest scar. She was my star. My only source of happiness, my only bliss. Apparently she was other guys' too. Actually, there were more than a few. She was my queen. Together we were supreme, but now she's all gone and I was all wrong. I'm not gonna say that time was wasted, just merely severely underused. And it left me so confused and unable to cope and losing all my hope. I gave her my everything. She gave me heartache. I gave her all of my time. She left me only this rhyme.
Hey, I'm Claire, and my mom is unknowingly ruining my life. So, I bought an apartment, right? That's seriously the coolest thing ever. Although, it does get lonely at night. Have I been alone? Never. My mother was sad to see me go, but I refused to let her hold me back. Why should I stay? I'm 18, have a car. Why should I stay? I'm ready to move to start a new life. My dad came up in Swiss Army. I'm so excited to call it mine. No one to share with or to fight with. It's all mine. I bought my first apartment yesterday, and I love it more than cats. Well, maybe not. I mean, cats are all I've got. It's quite sad if you think about it, my freedom. Yet I can't quit buying treats and toys and beds for my little friends while I scratch their heads. Cats are cute. They are, aren't they? Cats of all colors, especially gray. Their little eyes and whiskers, too. You love it when they look at you. Cats are love. Cats are life. I guess what my mom got. A dog. Now, this dog is everything wrong with the world. I can't train it or tame it. I've curled up in a ball and separated myself. Even though the dog is small, I've had to hide everything on a shelf. Have you ever heard the saying, the dog ate my homework? Well, trust me, I'm not playing. That happened. I went berserk. I don't know how to tell her that I didn't want this beast. I mean, she seems so happy, really, and that's to say the least. And even though my mother says, run straight back to her, I'm pretty sure that in the end, I'll live a good life. Just me and my furry friend.
I'm Eugene. I always have been, and I always will be, in love with my wife. I haven't slept alone in over 30 years. When I cry out for help, no one hears. Your presence was all I needed to be happy. Without you, my life has been very crappy. Now that you're gone, I can't remember how we met. And that is something we said we would never forget. Was it you or I that approached first? Did we ever feel like our hearts would burst? I grow more distraught as the days pass by, wondering when will it be my turn to die? I try not to let myself get that depressed, so that you and I can finally get our rest. There were so many things we were supposed to do. Who knew those dreams would never come true? How am I supposed to help our children alone? The perils they'll go through is still unknown. How will I know what to do if they need my support? Will I have to choose my last resort? So many decisions I'll have to make, and they'll be the source of one giant headache. I'll never be able to get my second point of view. Pure difficulty is what I'll be going through. So many belongings here that remind me of you. Sorting through them only increases my feeling of blue. I do not know what to keep and what to not. So many of our memories I forgot. When we first started out, we were so full of life and joy. You were an innocent girl and I was a naive boy. All we wanted to do was spend time together, not caring about the time of day or the weather. The only thing on our minds was the love we shared, and no other couples compared. Looking back, I do not know if I have that chance again. With new love, I wouldn't know where to begin. How could I learn to love someone new? When my love for you has not yet withdrew. Every color I see has began to fade. Instead of being in the warm sun, I'm stuck in the cold shade. When I look into the world, it is as if I'm colorblind. Your passing has made my life so unkind. When I listen to my favorite songs, they all remind me of you, so my dreariness just longs. Without you, I'll be going down. My life shall always bear a frown. I wish I still had the happiness that went away. I just can't make it through each passing day. Time is filled with eternal wondering, while my world is steadily crumbling. When I look all around, everyone we know has disappeared, and isolation is what I told you I always feared. I guess I'll have to sympathize, because they're grieving too. So I shouldn't criticize. With your beautiful spirit, you touch so many lives. We all carry you with us, so your spirit forever survives. We all love you with all our hearts. In our small lives, you play so many massive parts. I'll never be able to repay you for what you've given me. An undying feeling of love and positivity. I guess I'm finally tired of feeling this sad. I shall always cherish the mutual love we had. It's no use for me to sit here in my depression. I don't want my soul to start a digression. Your love has taught me so much that I decided to learn from it. I'll use it to climb this life mountain and get to the summit.
We all know what it's like to love, whether that be a husband or a cat.
But love is love.
Even if it's just a hug.
And nobody in the world can question that.
You will never know how much you mean to
To
me.
me, you acted as my other half and as my
My future is unsure, but I know you will be my favorite
My
part.
favorite part of the day is coming home to you and your beautiful smile.
is what gets me through each and every day.
I love you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Cami Rolls, and I directed the scene Sunsets and Ceiling Fans, written by TFAA student Amy Franzen. I chose this scene because when I first read it, I fell in love with its power and simplicity. My actors, Jessica Aruda and Ryan Johnson, were such a pleasure to work with. I learned how to work with them in a way that creates romance on stage. It was challenging at times, but we were able to pull together and create something amazing. I hope you guys enjoy this performance and soak in the love.
Do you always tell the truth? including new fire hydrants, hoses, and new employees.
Sounds boring.
So does code enforcement.
How?
Everyone's talking about that new hot secretary for code enforcement. I know everyone here except you, so I just assumed.
Why won't you look at me?
I'm focused.
On?
A fire hose has a hole in it. Any more questions?
No, sorry.
He's not that bad.
Huh?
Joe, he's not that bad. He's actually very funny.
Yeah? Well, he's the office manager of human resources. And I'm pretty sure the fact that he can ask me out is illegal. Not that he would know, though. Most of the people in this building have no idea what it is they're doing. And are very good at doing it wrong.
Like answering phone calls and fetching McDonald's for your boss?
Oh, ow! Shots fired.
It's very rude to stare.
It's even worse not to look someone in the eyes when you're talking to them. What is it? Scared you'll be blinded by my beauty and fall madly in love with me. Go ahead, I won't blame you.
Sorry, but no. Well, if you're not going to leave anytime soon, tell me about yourself.
No.
Fine, I'll guess. You love your mommy and daddy very much. They got you this big job. Though it's not what you want to do. You want to travel. I'm thinking Paris? You were captain of the cheerleading squad and president of student council in high school. You went to a party college and went out with your girlfriends every night.
I hate my mom and dad. And they got me this big job. Though it's not what I want to do. I want to travel. I'm thinking South Africa. I was team captain of the chess team and president of the mathematics in high school. I went to a party college and sang every night with my bag of Cheetos and Pepsi.
Ah, darn.
Okay, my turn. You and your dad are very close. Your mom died when you were at a young age. You took this job to make your daddy happy because he was a firefighter, but retired and wanted you to live on the legacy. And though you're obviously strong enough to do it, you chose paperwork because you were better at it. There's a picture of you with who I'm assuming is your dad, and one of your mom when you were younger, but no new ones. There's also a picture on your wall of your dad that says Firefighter of the Year, 1995 to 1996. And you're sitting in front of a computer screen instead of saving people from the burning building.
I was 7
And your mom died.
when my mom died.
I'm sorry.
Well, what about you? Why do you hate your parents?
They're never around. They're both doctors and are always either working or away on business trips. I lived with my aunt for most of my life. I saw her more as a mom than my actual one. She was always there for me. We would always rent movies and get popcorn and hot chocolate. She was my only source of happiness. She supported every decision I made.
How old were you?
15. She had a seizure and no one even knew she had a tumor. I cried for a week, and the next I didn't cry, eat, or sleep. I would just lay there on my bed, stare at the ceiling, watching the friends. I lost all my friends because I stopped caring about chess and math. I started getting skinnier and skinnier. Eventually, my parents took me out of school because I was failing, and they hired a private tutor. I was so depressed at the time. I don't even believe in love anymore. And why am I telling you this?
Because I'll listen.
Are you asking my permission or telling me to go?
Both, I guess.
I don't like this. I never told anyone that.
I once killed my sister's fish.
If you're trying to make it better by telling me something you never told anyone before, you might have to step it up a bit.
I was bullied in high school. Jocks would steal my glasses and snap them in half. They would make jokes about how my mom died and how she killed herself because of me, even though she had breast cancer. They'd make fun of me because I loved math and spent most of my time in the library reading comic books. As time went on, I hit puberty. Girls started to, well, like me. But I was still bullied though. This time because I was a girl, the nerd that every jock's girlfriend wanted to be with. Sure, it seems like a peachy life compared to yours. But it hurt so much no one liked the true me. So I never liked anyone else. Plus, I knew they'd always use me to do their homework.
Like math?
Took pre-calculus my sophomore year.
I took it freshman year.
I used to love math. I used to do it for fun instead of watching TV or playing sports. I used to always help my dad with his taxes.
Me too, but my Aunt Naomi, she was terrible at math. And I always went to help because it was just the two of us, and she always needed help. Math was the way I could help her. It made me feel needed.
But you don't do math.
No, actually.
Then what do you do?
Answer phone calls and fetch McDonald's for my box.
I didn't mean.
I know what you meant. Anyway, I want to be a writer.
I want to be a math teacher.
Is it too late?
Well, no.
Then why can't you?
Because my dad loves the fact that I'm working for the firefighting department. He's always been there for me. Why shouldn't I be there for him?
Do you not hear yourself? Your dad has always been there for you, right? So why wouldn't he support you as a math teacher?
I guess.
What grade did you teach?
Probably second or third. I love kids. But I'm terrible at history, so I guess I'll have to work on that.
Oh my gosh. History was the worst for me. I mean, in 1492, Columbus sailed the ocean blue is the most I can remember.
Well, what about you? You said you wanted to write?
Oh, I will. I've already made up my mind. I want to travel the world and write about how people live and love. I don't care. I'll ask the little girl in Dubai what her favorite color is and write a whole book about it. I'll go to Germany and write in a cabin in the middle of nowhere. I'll go to Paris and write about love even though I have no idea what I'm talking about. And I want to go to South Africa and write about dances and how beautiful they are.
That sounds so amazing. I took a creative writing course in college to try to get some extra credits, but it taught me so much. One of the assignments I wrote got published in a book. My dad was so proud. He read it aloud about 5 times during Christmas.
You're lucky. My parents used to tell me that creative writing was for people with no stellar brains. They always made it seem like you're an idiot if you write about stories in poetry. But that's not true and they know it. This stupid job was just a way to get them off my back for a while. They have no idea what I'm planning. And I can't wait to see their dumbfounded faces when I step on a plane to Bulgaria.
Why can't you at least try to get along with your parents? You're even lucky to have both. You're acting like a child.
Please, you said you loved kids. I know, but damn it! I deserve to act childish for once. I've had to be so professional for my parents. It's like I never got a chance to be a child. I learned to make macaroni and cheese when I was 4, and how to iron my dresses when I was 6. So now, as an adult, life is so dull. I've had to provide for myself for years before my aunt took me when I was 8. Being an adult means nothing if I've had to act like one all my life.
Okay, I'm sorry. Act like a kid then. Go to the park from time to time, swing on the swings, listen to Disney music while you make your mac and cheese, and buy yourself a nice cozy onesie to sleep in.
I already have one.
I like your laugh.
My aunt said that was her favorite thing about me.
Stop that. Bring back bad memories.
But it's so interesting the way they go around and around in circles, never getting tired. They're like diamonds, beautiful and shiny, you can see them, dark and dusty when it really matters.
It's a fan.
You can't tell when you haven't just stare at it from time to time, or be the type of guy to watch paint dry instead.
I used to watch the sunrise and set.
Why?
I guess it reminds me that there's still beauty in the world. After living such a hateful and misunderstood life, I didn't think beauty mattered. It's all everyone ever saw, but no one ever felt.
How long have I known
About 10 minutes. Why?
you? How is it that I've fallen in love with every word that comes out of your mouth?
I guess it'd be easy considering I feel the same way about you. Would you like to have dinner with me today?
I love that. As long as it's not Cheetos and Pepsi. Jill, he's outside. What?
I'm confused.
About?
You make me feel so different. It's so weird. You actually like talking to me. You seem as though you love listening to me. You make me want to be a teacher and do math again. And all I want to do is be with you and listen to you talk. And I hate listening. I get this feeling in my chest and my stomach. It's the same feeling I get when I watch the sunrise and set. The pink in your lips looks so much like the pink in the sky. I can't get you out of my head. You're so beautiful and stubborn. One second you're blue, the next second you're purple.
thought love was stupid. I watched it ruin my life without any warning. I couldn't stand thinking that love would get into my heart again, so I pushed. I pushed people away, and I didn't regret it at all. I was safe. Nothing and nobody could ever hurt me. And I was okay with that. With the price of being the loneliest person I've ever met. I was safe. But you just had to screw that up. You just had to look at me with those beautiful eyes, like I'm the only person in the world, and watch the way my mouth moves when I talk. Do you know how distracting that is? But I love talking to you. You make me so happy and frustrated at the same time. Somewhere, underneath all this fear, I figured out a way to love you. You're passionate, you're smart, you're handsome, you're selfless.
I love you. I'm Sam. Samuel Baby Wells.
Pretty nice. Well, you know what?
It's nice to meet you.
Hey guys, my name is Chaz Stefano, and I've been an actor at the school for 6 years. And through all the 6 years that I've been acting here, Miss Pollard always said at the end of every performance, like Grease and Hairspray, that one of her favorite feelings is seeing something that used to just be an idea in her head come to life in real life and watch it physically in front of you. And through all my acting and seeing her say that, I always wanted to feel that. I always wanted to know what that was like. So this was my first experience with directing, and now I know that feeling, and it's really amazing. Directing this scene was really fun because it just used to be something that was only in my head, but then I was able to bring it together in real life physically and watch it. So this was a love scene that I wrote, and I couldn't have asked for better actors than Devin DeGeiger and Emily Salt to portray these characters that I made up. So I hope that you enjoyed as much as I enjoyed making it. Thank you all.
Your name. Are you about to spray paint it on the wall?
What?
This wall. All these names. Do you think adding yours is gonna do anything?
What are you gonna do? Just lecture me on why spray painting's bad and why I shouldn't do it? Get out of here.
I appreciate art if it's good. We've been writing our names since preschool. Why don't you draw something?
Maybe I was gonna draw something.
Were you?
No.
Then you were just gonna write some stupid word.
Whatever. I haven't even done this before. God, don't you have any friends to hang out with? Just leave me alone.
I don't have any friends. Look at this alien. I mean, it isn't all that impressive, but at least someone's drawing instead of writing the word dice on the wall. I
I saw you looking at the alien. You noticed it because it's a picture rather than just another word.
I was looking at it because I watched my brother make it a few years ago. I used it to measure how tall I got over the years. His name's Jeffrey.
Jeffrey?
Yeah, Jeffrey.
Your brother or the alien?
The alien.
Jeffrey the alien.
You know what? Jeffrey doesn't appreciate your sass.
Oh, well, excuse me, Jeffrey.
Whatever. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Just sound it out.
All right, screw this.
No. Wait, come back. I'm sorry.
You know what? If you're such an expert, why don't you draw something? Go ahead.
What am I
Knock
thinking
yourself.
about? What do you think about this one? It's signed Adam. I mean, it's one of the only other pictures compared to all these words. Aside from Jeffrey.
Well,
Be honest.
to be honest, it's really good, but I don't want to look at that right now. See, now I feel like crap over spraying simple letters.
You should.
Shut up. But for real, I really like the meaning behind it.
What do you think it means?
Well, you see all these symbols? They're all pointing up at the shield. But there's a question mark behind the shield, you see? I think that the question mark is the artist that nobody sees. Nobody sees this Adam dude who made it. The artist remains a mystery. Well, all these guys just look at the art.
Damn. That's deep. But maybe the astrological symbols on the shield mean more than just that it's a boy. Maybe it's just masculinity.
Sure doesn't seem very masculine that this guy hiding behind a shield.
Hiding behind a shield is the perfect example of masculinity. Hiding inner emotions. Putting on a hard, unbreakable outside. Protecting the soft parts. Showing no weakness. That's literally what a shield is.
Huh. Interesting.
So you do appreciate actual art.
Of course I do. Who doesn't? I'd love to meet this Adam dude who made it. I bet he's just as awesome as his spray painting skills. What do you think? People just go around spray painting to be delinquent and cool?
Well, that basically just defined all teenagers.
Not from what I've seen. It's more about that childhood innocence than anything. Something as simple as an alien spray painted on a wall named Jeffrey can create a lasting memory from childhood. And there's nothing delinquent about that to me. It reminds me of Derek. It reminds me of running around doing stupid stuff and getting into trouble. Back when that was all that mattered in the world.
You realize that what you just described is being delinquent. But it's cute.
What? Cute?
Yeah, you're not going around tagging just to feel all bad. You find meaning in it, you know? Just to feel something. Send you back to being a dumbass little kid. It's cute. You're an artist. You realize that? I never knew that words could have the same meaning as a painting.
I never knew that someone you meet in an alleyway could be this nice. Or cute.
What?
Oh, when you were talking about, you weren't talking about me, you were referring to...
Oh, chill out, chill out. I do think you're cute. Here, let me show you something.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. No way. Nah, no.
Uh-huh.
But this is, you could not. But you.
What, for the little girl?
No. That's not it at all. I just.
Hey, chill out. Everybody just assumes a boy painted it because it's graffiti.
This is just. You're amazing.
I love you. My name's Eve.
Eve. Oh, now I get Adam and Eve. That's funny. Wait. What did you just say?
I love you. What's your name?
I love you too. My name's Greg.
It's just really amazing to finally hear somebody connect with my art. It makes me really happy that it's you.
So, this is what you feel like. Like everyone sees your art, but They don't understand who you really are.
Not anymore.
I have crispy crab rolls.
What?
The sushi! You asked for the sushi!
Dude, you have the worst timing. But that's what I have in my box too. They're my favorite.
Huh. Weird. Well, they're cold now.
I have a microwave. My apartment's a couple blocks away.
Oh, that's great. You know, I'm pretty cool too.
Well, we can keep each other warm on the way.
That's the end of one. Hey, John.
Because I asked Dad and he said no. No, I can't even.
Apply to a bunch of jobs. But I was wondering if